wide open look. Kyrie across the timeline. He'll run the offense. Beyond the arc for three. Tough shot. Well defended. That is great vision to set it up. Finishing inside the paint on that one. The ball in the hands of Kyrie Irving. Lets it fly from long range. Well defended. To Booker. Slam dunk, DeAndre Ayton.
It's so difficult to block a guy like that with that kind of athleticism and length. Your timing almost has to be perfect, but pretty much there's no stopping him when he's around the rim.
Rocking the rim.
That probably won't be the last time we see a dunk from him tonight. Maybe sometimes you should send a message. Give him a hard foul. Don't let it be so easy.
Into the front court. It's Booker. Got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. LeBron shot. That's no good.
Double.
Off the assist.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
Harden. Well, their first three, and they're right back in it, within a possession in this first quarter.
Well, I don't want to live in the past, but if you got a couple of those to drop earlier, you could have had a nice lead. Now, we got a dogfight.
Booker against Harden. Driving right to the basket. Here's Booker on the drive, but a shot misses. Harden with it up top. Down a point from long range. And James Harden, well defended, still gets it to go down.
Man, you making people dance out there? I see you with the footwork.
Booker with it. Looking to make something happen. Knock loose. And count the basket inside.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Knock loose. Kawhi Leonard. Just off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
To Mikal Bridges. Kawhi Leonard pins it. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. New blood coming in for both sides. And good work defensively as the pass is taken away. Lillard knocks it down. That was a tough shot.
This is a game of ways. As a defense, you have to recognize that they come and they go. That will not be the case all the time moving forward.
Now a whistle. We'll get a timeout from Phoenix as they'll go over some tactics now in this first quarter of play. Substitution being made in this one. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
Team foul number 1.
Elio Kobo at the line. And he connects on the first free throw. Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. The follow won't go either. Durant with the basketball up top. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. 4-3. Can't go down. Smothering defense. Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Kawhi Leonard snatching it out of the air. That's his 3rd block this evening. And they call the foul. Careful there, Jay.
A simple touch foul.
Elio Kobo at the line for 2 shots. Shooting 50%. Some yes, some no in this contest. No good on the first, no good on the second. 0 for 2. That misses with 3 seconds left. So we are through one in what has been an entertaining start, to say the least. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Kevin Durant with the rock. Lays it up and in.
He's a modern-day big that plays like a 6'2 guard. Scary.
Anthony Davis with the block. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Lillard. Crawford. Slams it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Lillard to Davis. Durant. Man, that was a tough shot.
You can forget about it when he uses that 7'5 wingspan to attack the bucket.
Curling inside. Jamal Crawford. He's 2 for 2 now.
There you go. I like seeing his scoring coming from unlikely sources.
Now their head coach signals for a timeout. He'll get his guys together and talk things over. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Has a look. Add 2 points to the board.
You know, Ed, people don't understand. Tough shots are practiced every single day. With all these different contraptions out there to contest your shot, guys shoot 500 made shots a day. This is the new norm.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
Deep 2 there. Won't go.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Look out. Devin Booker. 2 of 4 now.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Irving. That's how you defend. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Great job, Ed, by the shooter to create contact after the jump. That's how you get to the free throw line.
First one goes down. No back-to-back free throws here. He missed the second to Irving. And he scores. Jay, how do you stop that?
It's not a travel if it looks pretty.
To Booker. Knocked loose. Booker against Klay Thompson. Jamal Crawford. Oh, the defense has to adjust. He's 4 for 4 to start this one. Irving into the front court. Up by 6. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Oh, they call the foul, Jay.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. To James. Has a chance. Shot by James off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
Oh, denied.
As my old teammate RJ would say, stay down, clown.
Looks like some substitutions are coming on in. Look out, Devin Booker. He's 3 of 5, 60% shooting from the field.
Look, I get it. I've been one of the players who have had these mishaps happen to defensively. There is no worse feeling than the next day in film session watching yourself roam on the island by yourself. Somebody in this particular moment needs to tell you to get your head out of you-know-what to get back in the game.
Anthony Davis Sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
It's Suns ball. Won't go down. Defender's lucky he wasn't called. Durant buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
Knocked loose. Long heave from three-quarters court, from beyond half court. Gets it to go from long distance. A fitting capper to the end of the first half.
The West will start the second half with a decent lead. Clearly, the number of three-pointers these guys scored in the first half was incredible. And if they can keep that up, it's going to be tough to keep that team down. These are the guys getting buckets for the West. The Suns are down at halftime and in need of some momentum. Of course, they still have 2 quarters to turn things around, but it won't happen without
Game track. Defense.
the West All-Stars are using defense to create offense, and it's coming off blocks and steals. They're putting in work on both.
Player of the half.
LeBron James couldn't be denied the award after all of those slams. He might get top plays all to himself at the end of the game if he keeps this up.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Fellas, back to you.
And scores.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat 5. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Irving with the basketball. His guys lead here early stages third quarter. And he stays cold from deep as he misses another one. It's no good. Suns with the basketball. Great pass to set it up. From the painted area, won't go down. To Durant. Trying to cash in. Kevin Durant. 4 out of 7.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
The opposing coach is going to counter, make some changes of his own. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
The offense has very little to lose on those type of plays if they know they can, number 1, create contact, and number 2, still get the ball up. You need to assert yourself fully on the defensive end by initiating the contact and not allowing the offensive player to get that ball above his waist.
One free throw up and good. The lead now 14.
Here we go.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. And he powers it home. 2 more points for Anthony Davis.
Man, they are just continuing to pour it on. But the one thing we know about in this league, you have to make sure that you continue to play with energy because leads can evaporate quickly.
I got some for him.
And count the basket.
This is where I go back into player mode. If the dude starts to try to have 40 points on me, I'm going to foul out. I'm going to start hitting him in places he's not used to being hit. I'm trying to do anything to throw him off his game.
Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Visit our team website for more details. Stepping in for Phoenix, number 1.
Durant. Not that time. And a putback slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Phoenix with it. And throws it down. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
Into the front court. It's Booker. Down a bundle. Mikal Bridges. Nice pass to set things up. Count the basket at the rim.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Let's go.
Into the front court, it's Irving. His guys hold a commanding lead. Slams it home on the putback.
Ooh, shows like this separate the good players from the great ones. The good players, they have good first halves, and then they fade to black in the second. The great players, they just sustain that kind of dynamic energy throughout the entire ballgame.
Booker with it. His guys down big. He shoots. Oh, and a putback.
He usually pays his bills doing things around the perimeter. Nice work right there around the rim.
James smothering D.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Look out, Devin Booker. With that shot, he's 5 for 8.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Had made his first 3, but that shot off the mark. Irving, no good. No daylight. Great defense.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Gets a look. Can't hit.
And this is where you know you have the offense right where you want them. Every possession, all you see them doing is complaining to the ref, complaining to each other. You're making the game uncomfortable. That's the mark.
It'll be Suns basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. They're looking up at a big margin. And that, Jay, shouldn't come as a surprise to many.
Well, for them to have a chance to win, I'm glad they brought their A game in their backpacks here to the arena. But that's not enough. They need their A-plus game, and they need to execute down the stretch. You need to throw everything in the bag at them in order to win this game.
To Booker. Had a good look there, but it's no good.
After a miss like that, you at least have to rub your hands on your shorts, at least make it seem like the ball slipped.
Into the front court, it's Booker. 14-point deficit. Fires the 3. Buries the wide-open 3. That's too easy.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Can't connect. Mikal Bridges knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
You got to go for the score here right now in this possession.
Crawford to Mikal Bridges. Wide open look, won't go.
You see, Ed, this is where coaches get fired. It's great to have good offensive sets, but if you can't execute, then the play was a failure.
D's got it. Damian Lillard, quiet night, but 2 for 3 in the contest right now.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Kawhi Leonard rejects it. Fourth this contest.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
Mikal Bridges with the strong finish. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Irving brings the ball up court. Kyrie Irving not looking pretty. 3 for 10.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Jackson. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
There are certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
To Jackson. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
In the last 10 sequences down the court, everybody's touched the ball. You don't see anybody with any kind of negative expressions on their face because everybody's eating.
LaMarcus Aldridge. Better late than never. That was his first shot, and it goes down.
Underutilized, underutilized, underutilized. Am I getting my point across? Let's see more of that.
That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
I tried to work the clock here, but you have to take care of the ball in this possession.
Phoenix has the ball. To Booker. Rebounds taken down by Leonard.
The game is won in the details. The team
stuffs it down with authority. At this point, they're twisting in the wind.
Were you looking for a response from me? Because I don't really know what else there is to even say. I mean, is this even a game? I mean, we should just start packing up and getting ready to go right now.
LaMarcus Aldridge tips it.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Now the Suns going to signal for a timeout. They're down big in this fourth quarter and a chance here to empty their bench. Time to shuffle things up. To Booker. You've got to get that one to go. Durant across the timeline. His guys holding the big lead. Oh, he couldn't get it to go. Throws it down.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Irving. Message received. Well defended. Knocked loose. That misses with a second to go.
The West All-Stars put one in the win column with a solid performance. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the West All-Stars. The Suns couldn't put it together to get the victory here today. And even though some of them smiled and shook hands with the other guys after the game, you can tell by the way they headed to the tunnels how disappointed they were about this loss. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Phoenix Suns.
Game traffic. Defense.
The West All-Stars showed us how important defense can be in this league, especially when it leads to plenty of opportunities on the other end of the court.
Player of the game.
The chosen one was aggressive today with his scoring, getting his points right at the basket. He put down a crazy number of dunks in today's matchup. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose signing out.
detective. Don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detective. Don't lie, lie, lie. No, 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 no. I ain't got no tickets to the show. You should call the fire marshal, cause I want all the. Hello? Dial 911. No time for the fakers. Courtside at the Lakers. She said 20, this a hit. Girl, you know that's every time I link with him. Make a ice on my arm. Feel like a storm. We make 30,000 in these sweats. 20 up next, that's a bet. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detective. Don't lie, lie, lie. Cut the check. Bye, bye, bye. Foreign trips. Bye, bye, bye. OG. Lie detective. Don't lie, lie, lie.
Told her bye, bye, bye. Don't make got a lot of racks on me. Got a lot of chill on me. Couple M's in jewelry. I'm a wrist like jet ski. And I can't buy no flight. No. Look at my bust down shine. Small. Just name my flight. Make 100 bands up for the next show. I don't want to. Just want. I ain't want to tell you that I'm almost. Million dollars cash just laying on the floor. Artists I saw me tripping. She tripping. I'm too rich to listen. Ooh. I'm picking rain still glisten. So don't lie, lie. Ooh. No, you can't spend the. Not ask you why. Cut the check or buy.
Cut the check. Bye, bye.
The tap is controlled by Brooklyn. Count the basket, and it could have been more. No whistle.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Russell into the front court. The lead is 2. Can't connect from in close.
But you can't just be a one-dimensional player. I know you're probably frustrated by me even saying that, but when you don't even...
And a put-back slam.
Woo, that's nasty right there.
Jay Williams, kid from Jersey, rooted for the Nets growing up. And where do you live now? Brooklyn.
Of course, I'm following my favorite team, and these comments are probably going to sound biased because they are. But Brooklyn is a completely different place. Only 5 minutes outside Manhattan. It almost feels like a suburb of the city. And the fact that it's culturally relevant, it just feels like Brooklyn is the new place to be.
Oh, emphatic slam.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Lets it fly from long range, not getting the bounce. The follow won't go either. Russell with it up top. 2-point advantage. Giannis Antetokounmpo swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
George off the mark. No good. Steph Curry missed his first. That one goes.
I get tired of hearing guys say, I was there, I contested a shot, I pretty much had a hand in his face. Well, no, you have to change up the game. If a guy is right-handed, he is right eye dominant. Get that hand over his right eye, block his vision. That'll enhance his chances of missing the shot.
Now their head coach signals for a timeout. He'll get his group together and talk it all through. New blood coming in for both sides. Curry, not easy.
As a defender, you should take it personally when a contested 3 goes in. That's good defense, but it's not good enough.
Russell into the front court. They trail by 1.
Oh! Out there looking like the Kimbe Mutombo.
Took it right to him, and the defender was ready. Baseline drive. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Oh, man, you're not supposed to be able to do that with that size, but in today's game, dexterity and mobility are off the charts for bigs.
Big Russ, big shot, hits the three.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
George, his first quarter struggles from deep continue. It's no good.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
To Russell. The drive, right to the basket. Short jumper, off the mark.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Brooklyn with the basketball. LeVert matched up with the two-time MVP. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Ed, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Westbrook across the timeline. 10-all is our score. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. He made his first effort, but not that time. Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Huge block. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Russell Westbrook powers it through. Where did that come from?
It's like he got in an elevator and went to floor 8. And Ed, I have to say something, okay? 6'3", 6 feet, 5'11", those aren't small guys. In the big scheme of things, they're pretty tall compared to the average person in public.
I feel like you're speaking from experience.
Everyday experience, my friend. Every day.
And that's going to do it. Time expires here on the first quarter of play. 1 quarter down. Long way to go. So, buckle up. It's wide open.
I know you're wondering why I'm clapping. Both teams came out in the first quarter, and they executed. When do you ever see that, Ed? You have to continue to bring those competitive juices into the second quarter, and we're going to have one heck of a ball game.
Dinwiddie into the front court. 5-point game. Westbrook. Oh, Russell Westbrook. That's 3 now on 4 shots. You can try and body him up, but he'll still run right through you.
It's the way he attacks that makes him so dangerous. He chips off a piece of your body one possession at a time. First is your arm, then it's your leg, and then inevitably it's your soul.
Dinwiddie against the former MVP. From long range, Westbrook bothered just enough on that one. It's Brooklyn's ball to Hollis-Jefferson. Gets it in the right corner. Throws it down.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Tough shot there for Westbrook. He always thinks it has a chance. Dinwiddie with the basketball. Now down 6. Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Jokic. That's off the side of the rim, no good.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Play stops. Timeout for Brooklyn as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Russell here against Steph. Giannis Antetokounmpo sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Lays it up and in.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
Curry. That's how you defend. Russell with it up top. Down 6. Terrific vision. He throws it down.
I mean, defense, is it that easy? Can I see some reaction after somebody gets an easy dunk? Some yelling, some kind of emotion? I need you to get involved back in this ball game.
Russell into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Giannis Antetokounmpo able to recover with the block. They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. Curry with the basketball. They lead it. 4-point game. Tough shot. He hits.
And it just seems like the defense has lethargic closeouts. You need to close out with more of a sense of urgency. Run them off the three-point line. Make them take a tough two rather than an easy three.
Drives, but a shot won't go down. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Curry into the front court. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at three coming up.
And if you have the ball in your hands on offense and you're that open and you see the defense sprinting at you, directly at you, not taking an angle to try to block your shot to not hit you, brace yourself for contact, focus on making the basket, and one every time.
Russell with it up top. Under a minute to go before halftime. Couple of cracks at the line now.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Joe Harris, couple of free throws on the way. For his career, 77% at the line. Missed the second as well. To Curry. Gets it in the left corner. Curry around the perimeter. Adetokunbo. The Nets have the rebound. Russell into the front court. Down 8. It's a turnover as they head the other way. Here's Curry with it up top. He'll run the offense. Steph Curry. 4 out of 7.
Well, look, you can't be caught flat-footed on defense. You need to be on the balls of your feet, especially in transition. You have to jab at that guy with the ball, hedge at him. Make him think that maybe you will take him. Maybe you'll fan out to a defender on the perimeter. But still, keep him guessing. But when you don't do that, that's easy money.
Count it. Long key from three-quarters court.
The East entered the locker room at halftime with a significant lead, and the offensive glass was their domain. They scored plenty of second chance points, asserting themselves in the paint. These are the guys getting buckets for the East. Have a look at the leading scorers for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Steals.
As long as there's time left on the game clock, no lead is truly safe. They just have to be ready to seize every opportunity in the second half.
Player of the half.
Russell Westbrook stole the ball left and right in that opening half and somehow did it without fouling out. It can be hard at the NBA level to play that kind of opportunistic defense and not get whistled for it.
Carlos Cole.
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here are the top plays. Thanks for joining us for the halftime report. The second half is about to get started.
Brooklyn's got it. Russell. Takes stock of the floor. Deep right corner for three. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Ed, let me tell you how this one goes. It ain't no fun if the homies can't have some. Everyone's getting a piece of the rock tonight.
George, he missed his first four from downtown. He finally gets a three to go.
I'm going to tell you what every shooter thinks after he misses four in a row. One has to go in eventually.
Russell, defended by Steph Curry. Short jumper off the mark. Giannis with it up top. Lead is 12. Fires the three. That's off the side of the rim. Short. Deep left corner. 4-3. Too easy. Defense has to communicate.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
It's Steph for two. Steph Curry. With that shot, he's 5 for 8. He has an uncanny approach to the game.
And did you see that? His eyes are his deadliest weapon. When he steps over half court, when he looks at the rim, that naturally throws the defender off. It makes the defender lean just a little bit. And just that millisecond of you wondering what he's going to do, splash is enough for him to exploit.
D'Angelo Russell doesn't have the touch. No good. Giannis in control of the basketball. It's an 11-point game. Walker. Now that's a contest.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
D'Angelo Russell with the two.
D-Lo reminds me so much of Sam Cassell. He's not the fastest guy, but he gets where he wants to go anytime. The word that is key for him, potential, potential, potential. Will he be able to accomplish his potential?
Rises for the slam.
You used to hear all these coaches talk about, we need players to run the floor. No, I don't need you to run the floor. I need you to run the floor with purpose. Those are two different things. When you run the floor in attack mode, that's when plays like this occur.
Nets have it. Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way. Curry. Well defended. Russell with it up top. His guys trail by 10. Curry. Second effort. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's 3 for 7.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Joel Embiid sends it away.
This game is all about playing mind tricks on people. The offense is more worried about getting their shot blocked than they are about actually making the shot.
Dinwiddie into the front court. The deficit now up to 12. Can't connect from in close. Westbrook. Rebound taken by Hollis Jefferson. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way. And finishes strong. They'll let one fly from half court. Fourth quarter getting underway as it's Team LeBron with the ball first. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Dinwiddie with the basketball. Trailing by 14. To Embiid.
Here we go.
Walker. Shot won't go.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Knocked loose. That's a turnover. It goes the other way.
Can the offense just run some clock here? I've seen enough.
Middleton. Tough shot. Well defended. Slams it down. Gotta love the rim rockers.
Gotta be careful, though. Don't hang on the rim too long. You might get a tee.
Giannis with it up top. They lead it by 14. Short jumper won't fall. Stuffs it down with authority. At this point, if it continues, it just may be good night, Irene.
And I like that Irene line.
There you go, Jay.
And sometimes as a player on the defensive end, Ed, you need to draw a line in the sand. You have to find a way to change the narrative, because right now the constant theme has been too many easy buckets.
Jay, don't deny it. You're an old soul at heart.
Yeah, I still don't know who Irene is.
Me neither. Giannis shoots. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Ooh, he teased me a little bit right there. But see, I like that. That's called a great entertainer. Always leaving me on the edge of my seat.
Joel Embiid rejects it. Fourth this contest. Picked up. Here we go.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting
stuffs it down with authority.
And easy to get back on defense.
To Russell. Joel Embiid pins it. Ooh, 5 now.
Here's one of the biggest secrets as we move into this new age of basketball. And he can't keep it in off the block.
Man, that was impressive. Coach is going to shift gears and adjust his matchups.
Number 22, Alex LeVert.
Russell. Great defense, forcing the miss.
And big-time coaching strategy by the staff right there, utilizing their bench, keeping fresh legs on that shooter consistently throughout the course of the game.
Nets have the basketball. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
Hey, you ever bail out of something at the last second? That's what I saw right there from the defender. We call that no man's land. They weren't really committed to getting out of the way, committing a hard foul, or taking the brunt of the contact.
Free throw's good to cap off the three-point play as they draw a tiny bit closer. Walker smothering D. LeVert, tough matchup against George. And finishes strong.
I see the easy dunk, but what I don't see is energy. Scream, do something. Get yourself emotionally involved in the game.
Right through the heart of the defense. The layup is good.
Curry, obviously the greatest shooter we've ever seen. Yeah, I said it. But he's so good at driving and using his body to shield off the contact.
Joel Embiid snatching it out of the air. Incredible. 6 tonight. Curry.
You know why? I don't see anybody on the defensive end standing up out of position. I see everybody squatted down, really active with their hands. That's the mentality that will lead you to where you want to go.
The pass set it all up.
I'm a little bit confused. Was that a well-designed offense or just poor defense? Maybe a little bit of both.
To George. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Cleans it up. Offensive board. Joel Embiid. With that, he's 5 for 9.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Russell here against Steph. Knocked loose. It's a turnover as they head the other way.
The East All-Stars won this matchup with a significant margin. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind, and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the East All-Stars. It wasn't surprising to see this team on the losing end of this matchup. They weren't very good with their execution, and they suffered for it. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Defense.
The Brooklyn Nets gave up a bunch of blocks, and they gave up a bunch of steals. That would tell anyone that they didn't deserve to win this game. And that's exactly what happened.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid really turned this game into a spectacle with all of the blocked shots. He put together an amazing combination of timing and awareness to provide some excellent highlights.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this, except that he fits the title of this segment? He was definitely cold in this game. These are the top plays of the game.
Number 2. Number 1.
The East put on a show in a blowout. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the East. It wasn't a great performance by these guys. And unfortunately, we have video evidence. Viewer discretion advised. Here are the guys who put up the most points for the Brooklyn Nets.
Game track. Defense.
The Brooklyn Nets were giving up steals when they weren't giving up some blocked shots. Their performance today definitely wasn't great.
Player of the game.
Joel Embiid made it his mission to destroy all kinds of shots. Well, mission accomplished.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Top plays, and we've got 3 of them for you.
Number 2. Number 1.
The East All-Stars put their opponents away in a blowout. They did it with blocks, and they did it with steals. More to the point, they did it with excellent defense. They committed to the grind and got rewarded as a result. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the East All-Stars. This has been a presentation of ESPN.